much for being here. If you're watching the replay, just adjusting the camera just a little bit. If you are watching this as it's being like recently being recorded, happy Halloween, happy belated Halloween. I don't know, is that a thing? Belated Halloween? But thank you guys so much for watching. This is a when you find it reading. So it doesn't matter if it's Halloween or I don't know, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day. When you find this reading, it is for you. But I am recording it on Halloween when the veil, sorry, the veil is at its thinnest. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so first off, this candle right here. I made this candle 2 months ago or so, and I've been saving it. And felt like today would be a great day to light it. So I'm gonna go ahead and light my offering candle or my special candle. I just heard special candle. And we're gonna go ahead and see who's watching. Oh, there's a lot of people, a lot of spirits watching over this reading. Who we have that's reflective on these cards or represented in these cards? Thought, wisdom, time. I just heard time travel. Prior to getting ready to this reading, I was picking up an English accent, and I was thinking about Doctor Who. Saint Daphne. What else? We have Nagami. You want me to point out through the word desire? And for Saint Daphne, mental clarity. It says mental health right here, but it's mental clarity they want me to particularly mention. We have Gang Sarah. Gang resistance. I just heard resistance is futile. I feel like there's somebody in your energy or in somebody's energy that is very persistent. Is very like, I put a spell on you, I'm coming for you. They, I'll get into it. They really like you. They very much like you. Tenet, pleasure. And Noonie, truth. Told you it's a lot now. Anymore. There's more. Let's see. There's so much more. They said ancestors, Archangel Sanaphin, God, Jesus, the spiritual realm keeper, which that's news to me. Queen of Sheba, secrets revealed. Imbuya Nihana, radical rebirth. Long Bobby Susie, shame. Abonimba, harvest. No. Kind of yes. Archangel Christelle, but also she's kind of busy right now. So she was like, come back later. All right. If you're watching the recording, I do apologize. I need to take a moment to add a comment to the stream. So if anybody is interested in buying a question, they could do so. So pause for the cause as I type in my what's that word? My website. Pause for the cause as I type in my website. Okay. $22 for a reading live. And then it's http dot dash dash magical butterfly spirit dot that's wrong .com. And if you're interested in joining the Patreon is cheaper. I'll be honest, it's cheaper to purchase a monthly membership because you are purchasing a monthly membership and become a part of my tribe. then it's I worked it out so it's cheaper for you guys to do than buying one reading at a time. So actually recommend it. I actually recommend that you join the Patreon. Um, why is it not working? To join a Patreon, Magical Butterfly. It's the same website, magicalbutterflyspirit.com. It takes you to my link tree, and in the link tree, you're gonna go to the Patreon page, and from there, you'll be able to join. And it's very hard for me to talk and type at the same, like one of those can you shoot gum. I hope this works. I'm just gonna post it and see what happens. Yeah, okay, it worked. And I'm gonna pin it. Then we're good to go. All right, thank you guys for joining. Hi, everyone in chat. Sent. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to set up 3 piles for you guys to choose from. If you are gonna buy a reading, I will be doing your reading in between the piles, so as not to make you wait to the end of the entire reading, but also to keep the reading moving with the pick a pile. So we have pile number 1, which is the Fairies and Magical Creatures tarot deck. Make sure it's empty. Yeah, that's pile number 1. Pile number 2. What's pile number 2, guys? Spirit. Because I thought it was gonna be one deck. I was ready to pull out the Horror Oracle deck, but they're telling me no. They want it to be the Little Mermaid deck. I guess that's still Halloweenish because costume and everything. All right, Under the Sea Tarot deck for pile number 2. Is there a pile number 3? We'll see. All right, so pile number 1. What I'm getting for you guys, the energy I'm picking up for pile number 1, as you're deciding if this is your pile. Money, just for money, power, respect, LGBTQ, stress, nightmares, the never-ending story, constantly on replay, habits, old habits die hard, rinse and repeat, family drama, family gossip, family issues, and work drama, work issues, work money, like maybe someone's stealing work money, or what do you call it? Petty cash, like taken from the petty cash. Ooh, someone taking from the petty cash. Yes, somebody's taking from the petty cash. If your money came up short, like let's say you worked a cashier or something like that, somebody's taking from the draw, and they're making it seem they're betting on the fact that there's confusion in the office right now, and they're I'm not sure if this is pile 1 or just a general like message for somebody, but they're making it seem like it's there's some kind of confusion going on in the job, like maybe you guys are short staffed, or the manager is not managing the way they should, or too many people in the pot. So they're assuming because of that people are going to notice a few bucks missing, or they'll blame all the confusion as to why the money's gone missing. um Hate to tell that person, but they are going to get caught. To keep it up, and they're going to try to blame an authority figure. If you're a boss, they might try to blame you. If you're like the supervisor, they're going to say, I told Joy and she said it was okay, that kind of thing. All right, and then for pile 2, let's see what we have. What kind of energy I'm picking up for pile 2? Love, lust, mystery, scandal. Somebody has their eyes on you. I think I mentioned that in the beginning. I don't know if I said it out loud, but I was saying somebody has their eyes on you. Somebody got they're hooks on you. Like their energy is strong. They do not want to let you go. They're worried about letting you go. This is not who you think it is. Like if you're in a relationship right now or starting a new relationship, that might be where your mind is wandering. But it's actually giving is twin flame separation. It's giving no contact. It's giving an ex-lover. The one who got away. It's giving that energy. So if you're currently single and about to date, if you're dating someone, if you're married, this might be with your pal. Also, again, I'm also picking up work for this pal as well. Some work drama. In this case, I'm picking up more like a bullying energy. I'm picking up a terrorist. Like someone at work acts like a terrorist. YouTube, I'm not saying a terrorist, so don't, maybe I should stop saying it. But a lot of work drama. You're caught up in it. You're tied up into it. Is the devil? The was it the details are the devil's in the details. The devil's are in the details. There's something like a contract or something that you sign, and because you sign it, you're in the clear. But again, this is a channel message. I don't know exactly if this is part of Pile 2, but it's coming through as I talk about Pile 2. Because you signed the contract, you're in the clear, and the person who's against you, that bullying energy, they don't realize that. They think that they pulling something off, like the great heist. They think they're doing a great heist, right? And they're not. Everybody sees, well, not everybody, but most people see through them. I don't like to use this word annoying and hiring higher ups, but it feels like the people who are underneath them, hey Fate, happy Halloween. The people who are underneath this person, as far as job titles, again, I'm not categorizing anybody, just let's be real. That's how jobs are. There's a hierarchy. The people who are underneath that person sees what that person is doing. The person at the higher levels, the higher ups, corporate, say corporate, right? They're aware of it, but they're not real aware how deep it is. They think they have, things under control. They feel like this person, even though they're a menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood, that they're still valuable to the company. They're gonna find out how wrong they are. Again, I'm hearing money. They might be taking money as well or mishandling money. Maybe not so much as stealing money, but they're making the job lose money. And I feel like they think, oh, if I bring money into the job, then I'm a valuable employee. But the way they're bringing money into the job is actually detrimental to the job because it's not on the up and up. And guess who's going to get fired? Because the company does not want to get sued, so they're going to get rid of the employee. All right. That was a lot. Let's get started with Pile 1. I felt like I just did too many readings right there. All right, I'm lighting up a cinnamon stick. I've been doing this lately. Guys, light you a cinnamon stick. Prosperity, home, of course, money. Everybody knows cinnamon and money, but also it's just great for family foundation and home life and prosperity, but not just prosperity as in money, like mental prosperity and creativity prosperity. I'll go ahead and get you guys some of that right there. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. And then this is a cinnamon brush broom. I kind of clear off my tarot altar. All right. Pile 1, you guys are ready to go. This is a Pile 1. Just so you know, I don't have a topic for this. This is a general collective reading for you guys. It's more about let's see what the message is. Your reading could be 5 minutes. Your reading could be an hour. I'm just going to go with the flow. Pile 1. The last time I did this, Pile 1 and Pile 2 was about 20 minutes or so. And then Pile 3 was like an hour. Just never know what Spirit has to say. All right. Judgment. Somebody's looking forward to Christmas and the holidays. Somewhere that's snowing. What is there? Colorado, Carolinas. It's a C. Canada, maybe Canada, but it's a C. It begins with a C. Cold country. Coal, Coal country. Which I don't know what that is. Is that Minnesota? What would that be considered? Minnesota? Dakota? What does that tell you about me? All right, the Empress in the no. Upright, kind of. It's like you're the Empress upright, male or female. You're the Empress upright, but for some reason you're not tapped in. Hold on, I'm switching this to my ankle so you don't hear the clacking. Okay. You might have a familiar. For some of you, it might be like a pig. It's an unusual animal for some of you. It's something that, you know, those memes, the emotional support animals, and it's like a donkey that you're trying to take on a plane. It's going to be an unusual animal that you guys are connected to. I just heard butterfly. Just heard bird, like a parakeet bird. I have the Fool here. This is the Six of Pentacles. I don't think I said that out loud. Six of Pentacles. The last 3 days or so, I've been having very prophetic dreams. A lot of emotional cleansing dreams. I feel like you guys are going through that as well. Have you woken up crying or feeling the need to cry? And either you remember the dream, but it's very faint, or you don't remember the dream at all, and you're wondering why you feel so crappy in the morning. Because you cleared something in your sleep. And whatever you cleared is bringing you to a higher level, a new realm. But man, it sucked. Actually, I mean, you think about it, it's better to do that in your sleep than awake and traumatized, right? That's why the Empress is coming through. You guys are very tapped in right now to your psyche, and you're receiving downloads like crazy. You're probably talking to yourself more than usual. You probably tell, like I've been saying, like since this reading started. Did I say that out loud? Like you might be having conversations and you thinking you're having this conversation out loud, but you're really not. You're talking to somebody, just not a human person. I'm concerned about the Seven of Swords, like something being stolen from you. I mentioned at the beginning about money being stolen from a job scenario. This feels more personal. If you have a roommate, a family member staying with you, but you know, family member, someone you could barely call family, lost your belongings around them. A friend that's not quite a friend, one of those frenemies. They got their eyes on things that you own. They want it, and they want it just because you have it. They're very disruptive, their energy, emotional turmoil. My eyes keep being drawn to Freddy Krueger. I'm telling you, something's going on with your dreams. Pile one for some of you, if not all of you, to be honest with you. This feels like a blanket statement for everybody that you guys are having some weird dreams. I was just about to say weird A dreams, but then I remember I can't be cursing on here. All right, King of Swords. Who are you, King of Swords? If you are married, very nice. Very, very nice. If you are single, this King of Swords that's coming through is he's very nice. He's very, very nice. Be careful of, again, you have this jealous energy around you. So if you do meet someone new, keep your new person away from your, just keep them away from everybody until it's settled. Like, you know, the dust settles and you guys know that yes, we're gonna be together. So keep that relationship to yourself. If you are married, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna say keep what's going on in your family life to yourself. There's some kind of weird energy that's feeding off of your bad tidings. Like they look forward to it. Like, oh, we broke your ankle. Oh. You know, they like that crap. They such a nasty person. They're and they also do a lot of comparison. Like, oh, you broke your ankle. Last week I twisted my pinky finger and oh, it hurts. So I know how you feel. Like they take whatever it is you're going through, they double it back to them, so the attention goes back on them. Even in this reading, I keep going back to the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords represent them. I don't want to keep talking about them, but they won't let me move on. They love the attention. I'm not gonna say narcissistic. It's more egotistical. Good old fashioned egotistical. Temperance. Ooh, this is messages from your ancestors, pile one. I was wondering if that's gonna happen. Past loved ones, they adore you. Whoever this is a female energy. They I'm feeling okay, so this is the ground. But for some reason looking like the ocean. Like I feel like she's a mermaid or something. It's Atlantean energy. They said, yeah, that's right. They're saying there's a lot of water energy. Water sometimes represents psychic energy, but also, or in particular, they want you to know that you have Atlantean DNA or Atlantean powers or something, some kind of Atlantean connection that's coming through. And again, it's going back to the things that monitor what the things that you find yourself interested in. Like if you're going to the beach more often, or if or desiring to go to the beach more often, or drinking more water. Like it's something to do with more water. So if it's like drinking water, going to the pool, taking more baths or taking more showers, like you've been feeling this need to connect to water somehow more than you should. That's that they're saying that's their your family history, your family DNA popping up. You might want to take a social media break, especially if you're getting caught up in the news and everything that's going on over there. I don't want to say it because I don't want my angerism, not my angerism. Oh, please don't have an aneurysm, anybody. The algorithm. Thank jeez, algorithm. I don't want that to change, so I don't want to say it. But I'm sure if you're watching the news, you know what I'm talking about. That's going on there. That's really bad. Um, they want you to stay away from all that as best as you can because it's draining your energy. You're very empathic, so you're connected with it on a far more personal level than you it's required of you to do. Like you don't need to connect on that such a deep level where you feel like you're almost there because it's like you are almost there and you are experiencing those same turmoils in an indirect way on a spiritual psychic level, which is not good at all. Money's being manifested, but not for you. Feels like you're manifesting money for other people. That's nice of you. And if you're like, well, where's my money? As you manifest for other people, you in turn gets the karma for that, the good karma for that, and it will come back to you. So, but you're manifesting. Like maybe there's somebody you care about, and you're like, I hope they do well. I see great things in them. I believe in them. I think they should do this, this, and that. Oh my gosh, they graduated from college. I can't wait for them to get use that degree and go off and travel like they said they wanted to travel. Like you're rooting for them. You're rooting for people to succeed, and in doing so, that's coming back to you in an indirect way. Not so much a money way, but more of a just her financial support way, which that's going to be different for everybody how that plays out. It could be you you get a grant that pays your rent for a year, or it could be that loan that you wanted, your homeowner loan comes through, or could be like a school scholarship. There's so many different ways that it could play out, but it feels like indirect money. So not so much money in your hand, but money, but comes through like a scholarship or a loan or something like that. And it just said this influx that's going to be coming through. It's not play money. It's going to go towards a need: home life, family life, shelter, clothing, food, substance. Six of Wands in reverse. Ooh, 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 ooh. Pile one. Just when I thought you guys were in the clear. Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. There is some karmic. Crap. Who is this karmic? It's going back to this Atlantean story that I was picking up for some of you. I just heard you're in it now. Like I was about to stop and with the tarot and move on, but I kept pulling, and they're like, well, now you're in it, so now you need to go into this one. Um there's a karmic that is gonna are they already here? They're circling around around your family base. Like I'm looking at this wheel. They're circling around your family base. What does that mean? They have their eyes on you. I was saying in the beginning. Somebody has their eyes on you, and it's like they were, oh God, they're a predator. Be mindful of your kids, who your kids hang out with, who you bring around your kids. Even if especially if they act holier than thou, and like they have the you and your family best interest in heart. Those are the ones you're gonna want to keep an eye on. And you definitely don't want them to be left alone with your children. They're a predator. They might not um, attack in that kind of way, but they could be like detrimental to somebody's mental psyche, like the things that they say to them. They enjoy being smart, the smartest person in the room, even though they're not the smartest person in the room. And for a kid to hear an adult talking to them in a know-it-all way, it could be very bad for them, their mental state, especially if you have a kid who's disabled or mentally unstable or very sensitive. The kids that you want to keep extra protection around. But they're saying just in general to be careful. All right, I'm gonna move on to your Torah oracle cards. One. Whew. Something about somebody has a friend, like a married couple friend that you guys hang out with, you and your spouse hangs out with a lot. I think that was that energy that, oh, you broke your ankle. Oh, I twisted my finger. I think that was the energy. I think it's somebody that you hang out with, like go to brunch. Well, not really brunch, but you know, it's a couple thing where you guys both, you and your spouse and them and whoever they're with. This doesn't feel like so much that they're married. They might have a partner or several partners, but it doesn't feel married. And I don't know. They're trying to one up you. They're not dangerous. It's more like a very annoying pest. And who wants to deal with that? So, all right, nature book. It's gonna be a very snowy winter. So if you live in a snowy area, you might want to get supplies. I do not live in a snowy area. I don't know what I'm talking about when I say get supplies. I don't know what snow supplies are. Um, if it's anything like hurricane supplies, it's gonna be canned foods and water. But it feels like there's gonna be a nasty storm that can come through very fast, and it's not gonna be predicted as strong as really gonna be. Like either I don't know if the weathermen, meteorologists, I'm sorry, 2023 meteorologists are gonna downplay it, or just gonna assume that it's not gonna be as, like, genuinely assume that it's not gonna be as bad as it's gonna turn out to be, or whatever. Or maybe it's supposed to go west and it goes east. Just keep some supplies on hand in case you aren't able to run to the grocery store when all this goes down. Babadook, we got the twins from, what was that Stephen King movie? The hotel one. I don't know what movie this is from. If you know it, put it in the chat. But I don't know what that is. I could look it up in the book, but I don't feel like it. All right, so we have, and Devil in the reverse. We have Nature, Book, Twin Celebration, and the Devil. First off, sounds like a good time. I'm sorry, but every time I see the Devil come out in a reading, I think that's fun. I know I'm in the minority, but but there's, yeah, so I warn you about the weather. There's something about journaling. They want you to write down your fears in a journal. It's going to help you connect to, or it's going to help you release that fear that's been tormenting you in your dreams. You've been having bad dreams or sleepless nights. You might not remember. It doesn't feel like you remember it so much, but so it's like, how are you going to write it down if you don't remember it? But they want you to write your fears down. And no, I was thinking, are you going to burn it? They're like, no, it's not about burning it. It's about writing, venting. There we go. It's about venting out on a piece of paper. Venting out all your fears, your wants, your needs, your pettiness. Like if you feel like whatever you're venting about or want to vent about is very petty and selfish, write it down. Like if there's something where you're too embarrassed to talk about to somebody else, like a human being, write it down. You need to get it out of your system because it's choking you. Oh, that fell. It's choking you, so you need to get it out. I'm keep hearing, write it out, write it out, write it out. No, they have help me on the bottom. Yeah, write it out and get it out. It's gonna really help you. And also, I think like if when you read a few months from now, like go back and read it a few months from now, it's going to help you see where you've been, because we don't see that. You live day to day and you don't really see the progress you make. So they're saying by writing it out and going back later on, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, wow, that was a really bad time. Look where I am now. All right, so let me get some story dice for you guys and some charmers. What story dice? There's a pea stuck in there. I just heard the Toy Story. There's a bee. What is it? There's a bee in my boot. I don't know if somebody's a cowboy or a cowgirl. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong, but I'm hearing that. Like, there's a bee in my boot. Oh, you guys got a lot of charms. Power one, if you guys are into saying prayers, say prayers. If you're into saging, sage. If you're into spells, cutting cords, like whatever you do it. You need to put up some defensive barriers, spiritual defensive barriers. They want me to share with you one that I use. I say walls of fire. So if you just say like walls of fire, walls of fire, walls of fire, walls of fire, and imagine fire around you or your home or your family, your loved ones, even your pet. That will help. The visualization and saying it will help protect you. If you're into prayers, pray to Saint Michael, to Jesus, to Archangel Gabriel, and Seraphim. Seraphim was one here hidden somewhere. You can pray to him as well. If you're into magic, get some crystals. Do a crystal grid as part of your protection. And I feel if you're like a witchy witch, then you don't need me to tell you how to protect. Do what you normally do. There's a yin and yang energy. We had the twins when I pulled the oracle cards, and there's also a yin yang here. I'm gonna hold it up. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can't, but it's right there. Next to the Eiffel Tower. There's who is this person entangled in your energy? I'm not liking it. We also have these doves, swans. They're very tangled up, which is why I'm being guided to tell you to protect yourself spiritually. And the funny thing is, they're telling me don't do a cord cutting. So this is a soul contract. Just because it's a soul contract doesn't mean you have to put up with that person BS. So I just heard dad or father figure or like a male dominated person. Travel. If you're planning on travel, hold off on it for a few months, especially if you're thinking about going to Europe. Again, we got the ocean energy because we have a seahorse here and a fish. We have a moon. I mentioned earlier about you guys' sleeping habits. We also have this steer wheel, the boat steer wheel, and a dolphin. A lot of oceanic. Cancer energy, Pisces energy is here. I don't remember. Scorpio energy, not so much. Scorpio is a water sign, but they're saying no. Cancer, Pisces. Anything else? Aquarius. Especially a male Aquarius. I'm picking up the energy of a male Aquarian. Also aquarium. Like you own an aquarium. You own a dog. I'm seeing a brown dog or a black dog. I'm seeing kids. I'm seeing a pissed off. I was gonna say wife, but it doesn't feel like it's a wife. Partner. Very pissed off partner. It's like every time the Aquarium male, every time you try to live your life, just live your life, they think you're cheating. They think you're up to no good. You're going back to your old habits. Oh, you're drinking again. I just heard, I just heard that. I'm not saying you're drinking again. I just heard that. Like they assume the worst. Like whatever bad habits that you actively are trying to cut. Oh, there they go. They're smoking. I know they're smoking. I know that's why they're leaving the house. It's not. They say it's to take a phone call, but it's really they're smoking. I know that. I know they're lying to me. Like, ugh. Why are you with this person? Aquarium male. Okay, anyway, sorry. I get easily distracted. All right, so we're moving on to pile number 2. Pile 1, thank you so much for being here and watching. I'm going to double check before I move on to pile 2, see if there's any personal readings before I start you guys pile 2. Oh, that energy. That Aquarium man, if you're still here, hi. Your ancestors are here and they're telling me to tell you you could do better, that you are shortchanging your life to be with this person because you think that's what you're supposed to do, because you think you're being the family. Oh, I didn't even do your story dice. Pile 1. You're fine. You're fine. I'll do it. I'll do it at the end. I'll tag it on at the end. I won't get rid of them. So yeah, Aquarium man. So they're saying that you need to wash away. You're washing away your sins, and this person is dragging you back in. Is reminding you of it. Like they're constantly telling you how you're not good enough. They're reminding you of what you used to do. I'm really picking up. It's someone that you're. It's like it's your partner. They're like your spouse, probably because you live with them for a long time, but they're not. It's a very cold energy that they're projecting, and when I tell you it makes me ick, it makes me ick. They lie and they manipulate. It reminds me of Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah, you might want to watch that reading. What I did with Jada, it has that same manipulative, icky energy. Where if you didn't know better, because Jada, she does this thing where she's like, she makes it seem, she used words to make it seem that she's enlightened. So people think she's enlightened. And if you're an enlightened person, of course you're not a narcissist, right? But that's how she tricks people, and that's how she gets away with a lot of stuff. And I feel like your person, Aquarian man, Aquarian sun, Aquarian moon, Aquarius Venus, and it's the male dominated energy. I can't get past that. They really want me to tell you this. It's the person you're living with. It's the person you're working so hard to be the perfect man for. You will never be the perfect man. First off, because no one's perfect, but also this person that you're with, they can never see anything good about you. They always bring it back to the bad. Oh, you got a raise. It's only $1 more. You know what I mean? It's like that. So it's like they say something positive, and then they tag something negative right behind it. So it's like you get a quick high and then instant low. And so you're constantly chasing that instant high to please them. And you're so used to the low that you kind of numb to it. And all you're seeing is the high. And I also feel like if someone, Pal 2, I'm coming to you. I also feel like if someone were to criticize this person, you would defend to the end. Like, that's not, like, even me talking to about it, that's not true. That's not who that person is. Well, you know, I don't know you. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling. So you don't have to believe me. But if you feel like that might be true, just, even if it's just a little bit, just take a moment to, like, take one of those step back moments. And, or if someone did tell you, like, in person, like a family member or a close friend or somebody that said, you know what, your girl Jada, I don't know, something's not quite right. Ask that person. When you, a couple years ago when you told me that and I got really mad, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm picking up something's not quite either. What do you mean by that? And then really listen to them and not get upset and see what their response is. Okay, pal 2. Sorry, when messages come through and they're like, you have to say this message. And I couldn't finish until I was finished. All right, so we have pal 2, we have Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Emperor. I think I mentioned before about twin flame energy or no contact. Pal 2, yeah. This is somebody from your past for sure. Complete different from Pal 1. Pal 1, there was a soul contract that was annoying AF. This person, yeah, they're annoying, but it's because it's like it's different. It's more of a like a childish energy. Like, can we go to McDonald's? Please, please, please. You're McDonald's in this scenario. They really want to be with you, but for whatever reason, they're either keeping themselves away from you or something is pulling them away from you. Also, I feel like your ancestors, your spiritual team's been real naughty and been keeping this person from you. How to different scenarios, but those are 3 that are popping up. That's the dominant one. This person either keeping themselves away from you, um, your spiritual team is keeping them from you, or maybe you're keeping yourself away from them. And I forgot the other one I said. But it's so, yeah, just, I don't know. Hit the replay, go back 15, 30 seconds and listen to what I said. When you're channeling, things come through and then I just immediately forget it a lot of times. So my apologies. But this person loves, ooh, they love you. They love you, they want to be with you. They're willing to lose their voice and become human and get their legs to be with you, and yet they're not doing it. That's the interesting thing about it. They're ready to risk it all, and at the same time, they cannot risk it all. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Also, I'm picking up work energy. I'm going to get into that as well. If you're like, I don't have a twin flame, yeah, there's more to this reading than just that. Similar to Pile 1, there was like different readings coming through. So just, just hang out. Your message is going to come through in a minute. Going back to this no contact energy, twin flame soulmate, ex-partner, the one who got away, or they see you as the one that got away. They're feeling the energy. If you're either newly single and ready to mingle, if you're like deeply devoted to your spouse or whatever, they're feeling this energy of you pulling away from them. You living your life, your best life, or trying to live your best life. And they want McDonald's. They want you. The person they're asking, they don't realize that they have the power to just go to you. They're adults. I'm assuming they are adults. and there's nothing stopping them but them. But they don't see that. What they see is, my job is stopping me, my family is stopping me, my money is stopping me, my location is stopping me. They have all these reasons why they can't see you. My home, like, I feel like one person is embarrassed of their home. Like, they're an emperor, but they're living um like a pauper. I'm using these terms that I would never actually use in real life. My apologies, but I mean, sometimes sometimes you gotta use the words that come to your that they channel, you know. And so it's like they're living below their normal status. Maybe they lost a job and they're embarrassed to tell you, or they're working so much because they need the money, because their finances, because I have the Five of Cups, are so bad. Finances, or they're spending their money to support their family, and that's why their finances are low. I just heard money low, money talk, money low. They're not talking to you, even though you're the only person they want to talk to. That must be so frustrating, pal, too, because you're picking up this energy psychically that they want to talk to you. You start thinking about them suddenly. You start craving their company. You suddenly want to hang out with them. You suddenly want to call them on the phone. You suddenly want to text them or email them, however you guys communicate. And so you do. And then they don't reply, or it's a short answer. And they make it seem like you're bothering them. And it's funny because all they really want, things are dropping in this room. And I'm not saying I'm scared. I'm not scared, but it also is weird. Anyway, so it's like they're pulling your energy, wanting you to communicate with them, but then the moment you communicate, they act like they don't want to talk to you, or they're too cool for school. Ugh, so weird. Boys are weird. If that's a boy. All right, Four of Swords. Here we go with your job. I told you guys, pal, too. Your job's coming if you just wait a moment. Yeah, so the person that is at work, that bullying energy that I mentioned while I was doing your pickup, like showing you the when we were talking in the beginning of the video, if you're watching the recording, this person is, can we say psycho? With I mean, I feel like that's appropriate. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is somebody you don't want to meet in a dark alley. You don't want to be alone with them. Like, you instantly know you should not be alone with this person. They gaslight like crazy. They lie like crazy. They manipulate like crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know. They're stealing money somehow, or manipulating money to make it look like they're bringing in money. So it's not necessarily that they're stealing. They may be, but it's overall, it's not so much that they're stealing, right? But let's say the company makes $100,000 a year on average, and all of a sudden the books are showing that they made $300,000. And so the higher ups are like, "Oh my God, ever since Stacy joined the company, the last few months, look how much we're making. We're making $200,000 more than we used to, and it's all because of Stacy. Stacy is manipulating the book somehow to make it seem like she's bringing in more money than is real. At some point, that's going to get accounted for, And people are going to realize that that's not true. And I feel like a mad dash. Like, what? I thought we had this much money, but we're really making this much. Oh my God, we hired all these new people based on this information, or we bought new equipment because of this, and like that kind of thing. And why are we in a deficit? I thought we were in a surplus. And then they're going to start doing the math, and all things are going to start to lead back to Stacy. And if your name is Stacy, I'm sorry, I don't mean you in particular. I'm just using that name because it popped up in my head. And then here comes Stacy. She's going to somehow try to blame everybody else, including you. I mentioned before about a contract that you did. You did a if you're a supervisor, boss, I don't know, shot caller, if you make some kind of decision in the office, you recently made a deal that was very beneficial, like extremely beneficial. So whereas Stacy light is going to dim, you're going to shine, because they're going to start going, wait a second. Meanwhile, Jackie, she did this. We didn't even realize she did this. But look at that. This has really saved us a lot of money. We didn't realize it at the time. We just thought it was, oh, nice job, Jackie. But now we're looking at it and it's like she saved us $20,000 a month. And that's something that is actually accountable for, that you can actually see the difference. I feel like maybe you introduce somebody to somebody, you make some kind of connection, or something you recently did last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks that you recently did. You pull off a deal of some kind. You might not be a supervisor, but you did something that no one really noticed. They saw it as some day-to-day operation, but they're going to notice it as this builds up. This Stacy is a piece of work, man. She's gonna try to silence people. She's gonna try, if she has not done so already, separate people, like clicks, create clicks by people uh, loyalty. Like bring in, I don't know, how people bring in donuts and stuff like that. Like like buy kind of favors like that way. Like, oh, Stacy brought donuts in the break room, guys, and they were like, oh, Stacy, you're so awesome. Like things like that. And while they're eating donuts, Stacy's gonna start talking about you in a bad way, and it's gonna create dissident. Oh, okay. The dissident within the workspace, and people are gonna start looking at you differently, or they already have. So there's two energies. I feel like this. I'm talking past tense, like this already happened, and you're aware of it, and you're like, oh, that's what it is. Or future is going to happen, or it's going to happen again, because people are dumb. And even though they realize that Stacy played dumb, again, if your name is Stacy, I'm sorry, just using the name. Even though they realize that Stacy played them, they're going to let Stacy play them again. And then you're going to have to start all over and be like, I did not say that. I did not do that. I will never say that. I will never do that. Does that even sound like me? And people are going to go, oh, you're right. That doesn't make sense. But Stacy told me, and you're going to be like, okay, we were here before, and now we're back here again. It's Stacy. It's a karmic tie, you and Stacy. She is the devil incarnate. Can I say that? Is that better than Psycho? She's what's the word I'm looking for? She's assuming. I feel like it's a she. I was gonna say it might be a male, but it really does feel like a she, like a feminine energy. A evil feminine energy, not even a dark feminine energy. Dark feminine energies are awesome. This is evil. She thinks she's the empress. You're the empress. She's trying to steal your voice because she's jealous of you. Everything that you do, everything she does, you could do better. She knows it. She hates it. And because she hates it, she hates you. Anything else in tarot? Listen, not unless you want to get deeper. So no, I don't want to get deeper. All right, so let's go into your oracle. How to. Nope, your person has some words for you. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, come on. All right. Seven of Cups. They want you to know you think they have options and they don't. Like you might think that they're out scalawagging, having multiple partners, and they're really not. They're really staying at home, minding their business, watching TV, playing video games, studying, drawing, getting back into their old hobbies. So if art was an old hobby, because I'm seeing somebody drawing, scrapbooking, I'm seeing something to do with, like, you see how she's pouring over that book, something to do with a book. I'm seeing that. Writing a book, writing their story. I dream about you a lot, too much. I meant what I said. They're saying this in like a snarky way, but it doesn't feel snarky. They're trying so hard to be the tough guy. They're trying to push you away because they don't feel worthy enough to be around you. So even though they're saying, like, the attitude is, I meant what I said, like head rolling is really very like, I meant what I said when I told you how I felt about you. So it's a polarizing energy because the energy is snarky. The underlying energy is sincere. And I think that sums up your person. And I think that's why you constantly pulling your energy from them, because you pick up two energies. You pick how sincere they are, how much they love you and care for you, and also the top layer, the snarky, pushing you away, ghosting you layer, which is the layer you need to assume that it's real because that's what they're presenting to you. You can't sit there and say, well, I feel like, even though you're rude to me, it feels like you care. So I'm going to keep on taking it. No, you have to set your boundaries and, and pull away. I never imagined so much perfection. I told you, they see you as like the cream of the crop. And if they feel like they're, I use the example of the pauper. Even though they're the emperor, they see themselves as a pauper, or the clown in the. I'm seeing the Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. I know I sounded distracted. I just got a whole different vision. I'm seeing Game of Thrones, like the whole TV series, just kind of flashed in my head, and part of that was when Sansa and that the Fool, the Fool helped her escape the castle in the TV show. It's a little different in the book, and they see themselves as the Fool, but at the same time they're still protecting you. They're energetically protecting you. And if, like, right now, even though you guys might not be in no contact, if you call them and said, I need you, they will drop everything to be with you. I think we should slow down. Well, I mean, no contact is pretty slow. This says no. I just wish things were different. Yeah. Okay. But you're a grown person. You can make things different. Even if it's getting your life together. If they got their life together, things would change. Things would be different. And it's just a matter, it's like a 10 to 15% change that they need to do. It's not even a huge change. It's just more of putting you as priority. I am grateful for the spiritual lessons. I left you before you could leave me. Remember that energy I was talking about, like snarky on the top layer, but sincere on the bottom. You speak to me through music. Um, you're everywhere. Like they hear your name wherever they go. They see images of you. They like somebody's walking by them, and they think, "Oh wow, they remind me of her or him." Or a song comes on, and they think about how that song makes them feel, and how it correlates with you, and they start daydreaming about you. You and I were too young. I look for you everywhere. Somebody, you guys were young, like 14, 15, when you guys first met. I wanted to be more than friends. They act like they friend zone you. This one I'm not comfortable saying, because I don't want you, for someone who has been friend zoned, I don't want you to stick around with that person, based on what I'm about to say. But the energy I'm picking up is that they friend zone you, and they told you they don't want to be with you because they don't want it to affect the friendship, and how they're worried that if you guys start dating, then and things go south, that it will ruin the friendship. It's total lies. They wanted more than anything to be in a relationship with you, and they were just too scared of what that would mean, because they knew if that your end game. So being with you means that they have to put away all their childish toys to be with you. And those childish toys might not be what you're assuming. You might assume is they're dating multiple people. It could be, but it feels more like whatever toxic, negative traits that they have: drugs, alcohol, smoking, overworking, um, picking up a narcissistic abuse. Like they went through narcissistic abuse. They have narcissist. What's the word I'm looking for? They grew up in a narcissistic family, so now they're suffering from narcissistic abuse or trauma or child abuse, and that they're still dealing with that traumatic energy. And this is where they are right now, partly soaking, but also it's like being reflective. They're actually trying to come back to you. They're trying to be a stronger person because they know you need a strong person in your life. Oh, my shoulder suddenly hurts. You need a strong person to take care of. My right shoulder hurts. I don't know who just came into the room. Oh, Jesus. All right. If somebody's watching this that doesn't like me or doesn't like tarot readers. So why are you watching it? I don't understand you. I don't understand. Listen, if you don't like tarot readers, if you don't believe psychics are real, you think it's a bunch of crap, why are you here? Make that make sense. I don't believe the earth is flat. I believe the earth is round. Guess what I'm not going to watch? I'm not going to watch flat earthers videos because I'm going to say that's stupid. I'm not going to waste my time. So I'm not going to watch it because the earth is round. The planet is round. That's how I see it. If you don't believe in tarot readings, if you think it's the devil, why are you watching it? let's go ahead and say it is the devil, right? It's not. Let's say it is. By you watching it, aren't you participating in the devil play? Just by you watching it? So shouldn't you click off? Right? 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 Just going by your theory that it's the devil. And if so, why are you participating in it? Okay. Just let that simmer in your head. Sorry, guys. That energy was nasty. This is coming out. This came out in Power 1 and 2. I didn't mention it in Power 1. I ignored it because I know why it's coming out. It's kind of, it's just like a shout out to Halloween. So that's why I didn't say anything. Okay. We got a lot. These are crocs. Croc. What do you call them? You know, you put them on your Crocs. Well, you might be a nurse or a healthcare professional, because I have several of these came up. So, and you know, nurses love their Crocs. So I'm thinking that you might be in the health professional field of some kind. Work in a hospital, work in a doctor's office, work in pharmaceutical. You have a nephew that adores you, or a young child, a young male child in your family that adores you, and a young, what is, who is this? This is ancestor. This is your ancestor popping in to say hello. I don't know who this is for you. They are, okay, it's like they're an ancestor, but it feels like a celestial being. Like I never fully felt a celestial being, but I tapped into like a small portion of that energy when I'm pulling cards and stuff. And it's giving me that energy plus ancestor. Can I say that? There's somebody here watching, participating in this reading that has, dare I say, an angel DNA. You're part of kind of like a, no, not a fallen angel, but you have heavenly DNA, like a demigod almost. Not that I don't, you're not a demigod, but like maybe your parents. Like seriously, somebody watching here, somewhere in your family line, especially if you have a family line from Africa. I'm hearing the West Africa, West or yeah, West Africa. Something about like a demigod ancestor is protecting you like crazy, Pal 2. Pal 1, I was telling them different ways to protect themselves. I don't feel that like you need that. Evil eye, that you don't need that. You should do it. It's a good practice to do. But you definitely don't need that. I have the back tourmaline, I have the crystal, I have the evil eye, I have the evil eye here. When I tell you, you could think of this as the third eye. When I tell you you're protected, how to? Whew, which is needed, because if you relate to that coworker story, you need that protection. I'm telling you, that coworker is bananas. Banana. All right, so speaking of, you are definitely tapped into your third eye. There's somebody who's watching who's a very, very skilled psychic. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you being here. You're lucky. This cactus, I'm looking at it, and it should be prickly, right? Like thorns sticking out, but it's smooth. It's smooth like a cucumber. It's things that should attack you or bother you. It doesn't phase you at all. Again, because we're going back to this protection energy. Pal 1, I told them don't travel. Pal 2, travel. Travel. Any opportunity that comes up to travel, take it. For sure. And that includes Europe. Pawana told them, I advise them not to travel, especially if it includes Europe. And you're like the total opposite. Europe, Asia, um, West Indies, Philippines. A lot of luck. If you're going through financial issues, first off, I'm sorry, because it feels like you're constantly going through financial issues, even though just when you think you're out of it, it's to get you to a point. It's some kind of like diabolical plan set up by your spiritual collective to get you from point A to point Z as quickly as possible. They're trying to quickly get you through this financial karmic cycle. So instead of it lasting spread out over years, which is what normal people could handle. Yes, I'm talking to you, spiritual collective, because you're really putting Pal 2 through the ringer. You're getting it all condensed within like a year and a half. And just when you start to think that your financial situation is going to get better, something happens and you're right back where you were. And you're like, why does this keep happening to me? It's because it's clearing out some kind of karmic, money karmic that you had in your past lives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lives ago that needs to be cleared out in order for you to succeed in the thing that you try to succeed in. Like if you're an entrepreneur or you're going back to school or I don't know, whatever it is that you're getting yourself into. I'm seeing MC square, like E equals MC square. So that's reminding me of school, but it also feels like it's maybe it's just like this entrepreneur school. I'm also hearing school of life. Don't ask me what that means. Like I know what it means, but I don't know why. It sounds so corny. I'm not gonna get into it. All right, so that's your reading, Pal 2. Pal 1. Oh, act like that didn't happen. I'm gonna do your story dice, like I promised. I'm hearing kick rocks, no cap. Going back to Doctor Who. Like I really think somebody might be from Great Britain. Pal 1. There's a piece to the puzzle. What is music? Music note. Music puzzle. Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp. Psychological warfare. What? Who? This is going back to that karmic I was talking about earlier. This person is like a fungus. You're gonna have to do your best to cut them off. Going back to what I was talking about the protection and stuff like that. Basically, there's an idea that you're gonna have that's good. People are gonna think that you're lying about, or a dream that you have. You're gonna say something that's very intelligent. People are gonna think it wasn't coming directly from you. That's how intelligent it's gonna be. They're gonna think that what you said or your idea or whatever, you must have gotten it from somebody else. So you're being advised to write things down and not to share your ideas with just anybody. So, like, basically to write it down so you can say, no, on October 31st, I wrote it down in my journal, as you can see right here. So, what do you mean I made this up? Or what do you mean I stole this from such and such? Because clearly it's right here. This idea also is not something you're going to think is a good idea. Because it's just part of you being you. But that's going to be weird for you, because if it's just you being you and you just having your normal ideas, how are you going to know how to write it down, spirit? What can Pawan? Okay, so back when I told you guys to write everything down, this is part of that, of writing everything down. So journal every day. And as you're journaling, don't hold back, because something about something idea that you're going to come through that people are going to think you're, I shouldn't say people, it's more to do with this karmic person that's coming through. All right, before I go, I'm going to check, make sure I don't miss any readings. And Fate, I'm going to finish your reading. I'm going to, once this ends, I'm going to record the rest of your reading and send that to you. Yep, good to go. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Happy Halloween, or whenever you're watching this. Until next time. Bye-bye.